Hey, good evening, USA, International, Canada, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. This is your man and homie G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, your host with the most, misunderstood lonely nomad, creator, YouTuber, unstoppable independent podcaster, and of course Queens, New York native who is also a New York Mets um who's also a New York Mets fan from the neck of the. You're now rocking with me by listening, streaming, and watching the 392nd episode of the comedy off the Meet Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast, live and direct in the comedy space of my room, StreamYard, and alongside with YouTube. If you missed anything, any episodes, if you're new to the channel, you miss any episodes or server, please feel free to go ahead and grab the subscribe button for me on the YouTube channel page for more live video podcast episode recordings and video uploads. All right. My apologies for taking so long with the upcoming episodes and stuff. I've been the reason I haven't really been recording for the past couple recording doesn't interfere with the New York Mets games that I'm supposed to watch actually. But I am recording this right now, so that way when I'm done, I'll be able to watch the game. So I'm not gonna miss out on anything too much, um, but hey, so yes, that's why I've been shuffling the the podcast recording schedule because of the upcoming games that I have to talk about on my sports podcast platform, which I haven't recorded for the past couple of days, and you know, and of I have a lineup of fun activities to do. Yes, Easter weekend is right around the corner, so I am going to actually talk about the New York Auto Show that's happening, which started today, which I'll talk about in a couple of minutes in the remains to be seen segment. So I got y'all with that one right there. I got some breaking news in terms of the Queens bus redesign situation that I gotta really talk about too, man. And I actually talked about this episodes ago. Um So let's go into here. The New York Mass Transit Files. Boy, I can't wait to get into this. This is what really grinds my gears about the whole notion of the MTA trying to get rid of the. I want to shout out to the people from Passengers United, having a platform to take a stand when it comes to MTA, New York City Transit, and their boneheaded ideas. All right. So let's get into it right here. The New York Mass Transit Files. I can't wait to get into it. All right. Here we go. All right, folks, we got some breaking news that we got to talk about in regards on why the Q5 should not be on the chopping block. All right. And yes, according to the people from QNS.com, um, Queens bus riders now use a new online route lookup tool to prepare for major service changes coming this summer. MTA officials held a press conference at Queensboro Hall on Monday, April 7th, to announce the rollout schedule for the long anticipated Queens bus network redesign, which will impact more than 800,000 daily bus riders across the borough. The redesign will be implemented into two phases starting this summer. Phase one will take effect next regular the next regular service day thereafter. Under phase one, the MTA will launch 16 new routes, modify 67 existing routes, and discontinue 5 routes. Phase two will include the addition of one new route, changes to 37 routes, and the elimination of one route. The redesigned network includes 124 total routes, up from the current 113. The updated system will consist of 94 local routes and 30 express or rush routes aimed at improving reliability and service frequency. Um, MTA officials noted that the redesign is the result of events and reviewed approximately 18,000 comments submitted by riders, community members, and elected officials. Jano Lieber, MTA chair and CEO, emphasized that the Queens bus network redesign is a massive undertaking for the borough. I want to emphasize that adding 16 new routes and redesigning over 100 routes, which haven't been looked at in generations, is a big deal. On top of actually redesigning the system, we are investing $34 million more in service to create additional frequency and more direct, better connections, he said. Um, Demetrius Critchlow, president of NYC Transit, noted that express style bus rides will stop at local stops and then bring commuters directly to connecting points of mass transit. He added that the implementation of the Queens bus network redesign is a historic moment for the borough. This is a big moment for Queens, a big moment for our city, and a historic moment for our bus system. This new and improved bus network for Queens is only one stop away, he said. Commuters are encouraged to use um, the MTA's new route lookup tool to learn more about how their bus routes will change. The tool works with Google Translate, enabling customers to have information in their preferred language. MTA.info/Queensbus. There, they can preview the new network with Remix, an interactive web based mapping tool that enables customers to see if and how the route changes in the new network. Commuters can personalize their trips using the feature trip planner, which enables them to input a start and end location and see trip options with the fully implemented bus route changes on August 31st. NYC DOT is currently changing physical signs at bus stops to inform riders about the upcoming launch dates of the redesign. Additionally, get a ride get a ride inserts will be replaced the summer of 2025 at respective locations. As part of the NTA's public education campaign, which began on February 20th, onboard bus announcements and additional digital and print signage will be installed across bus stops, buses, and the subway system this spring. For additional public outreach, the excuse me, the Queens Bus Network Redesign Project Team will present information on Phase One and Phase Two to Queens Community Boards this April and May. As the first implementation date approaches, pop-up outreach events will be announced, as will more details about the planned customer ambassador program. It's talking about it's going to be replaced with two new bus routes, the Q86 and the Q87. I'm like, why the hell do we need the Q86 and the Q87 when we've been taking the Q5 bus all our lives? It is the lifeline for people in Rosedale, for people in Green Acres Mall. Like, why do you do this? Why are you doing this? Like, it makes no sense. It makes no fucking sense to me. All right, I want y'all. Okay, I want y'all to check out the people from Passengers United. I reached out to the people from Passengers United in regards to Q5 being. Who asked for the Q86 and the Q87? Nobody in the right state of mind in Rosedale, along with Laurelton and other areas of Queens, asked for the Q86 or the Q87. The Q5 has been our lifeline for all our lives, and to get rid of it for what? Like, that makes no sense. Look, I want y'all to reach out to your elected officials, even reach out to the people from Passengers United. Tell them that you don't want the Q5 to be replaced with the Q86 or the Q87, because we don't want that. And you can follow them. I'm gonna look. Let me look them. I'm gonna look them up. Let me look them up real quick. Actually, hold on a second. All right. Let me see if I could find. I don't know exactly. Let me see. Hold on a second, folks. All right, you can check out their website. You can check out their website at passengersunited.org. All right. And they are a nonprofit organization. And for those of you who may not know who Passengers United, I will gladly get into what they're about here. All right. So let me see. Okay, so
Next tonight, outrage is growing after the chokehold death of Jordan Neely on a New York City subway was ruled a homicide by a medical examiner. Investigators.
sorry about that. As I was saying before, yeah. So for those of you who may not know who Passengers United, they're a group of people who are doing what they can to make a difference. I'm actually going to read off of this stuff actually. So we are everyday commuters making a difference for everyday commuters. We are the we are the leading grassroots advocates in New York City and the tri-state area for true equity, accessibility, safety, and sustainability in our public transportation by elevating the voices of underserved and disfranchised commuters and with empathy, research, education, proactive leadership, and coalition building. We strive to improve the quality of life for everyone. So, Passengers United is volunteer driven, powered by mass transit better for everyone, putting your needs and concerns first and foremost. Our work includes, among much more, mobilizing communities throughout the region and raising your important issues with our MTA and government officials to ensure that all community members, especially those who are disenfranchised and or in um more vulnerable hold on more vulnerable situations are heard and represented. In doing so, we maintain independence from corporate and special interest groups as we humbly serve with love and dedication, keeping our mission to make public transit. Hey, you can join the movement. Your voice matters. Be the first to receive important updates and much more. Of course, you can make a donation, sign a petition, join a mailing list, get involved. You can even you you, you can even put your first and last names and email addresses. You can even follow Passengers United on YouTube. Subscribe to their channel. All right. Um, and you can follow Passengers United on Facebook, Twitter, AK. Well, actually, it's X. You can follow on Instagram. You can also subscribe to their YouTube channel pages and stuff. So that's passengersunited.org. Make sure you reach out to them with bus route, which we don't want for us. So everybody who is living in Laurelton, who is living in Rosedale, all that stuff, follow Passengers United. Tell tell the people that you don't want your Q5 bus to be replaced with the Q86 and the Q87 because because I, the Q5 has been a lifeline for Green Acres and Rosedale, along with sometimes sometimes 231st Street and Merrick. So there you go right there, folks. There you go right there. All right. Reach out to your elected officials, reach out to Passengers United, and make sure you mention that you don't want the Q5 to be replaced with the Q86 and Q87 because that shit makes no fucking sense. It makes no fucking sense at all. All right. Um it makes no sense at all, man. You know what I'm saying? Um all right. So another hold on a second. Let's get into the next one right here. Let's get into the next one right here. Next, according to the folks from Patch, child and pedestrian fatalities rose in New York City in 2024, according to a new study. In 2024, traffic crashes killed 253 New Yorkers, or one person every 35 hours, according to analysis from transportation alternatives and families for safe streets. From 2023 to 2024, pedestrian fatalities increased by 21%, according to the study. Child fatalities rose 33% in 2024. According to transportation alternatives, the speed camera program has demonstrated from the last 5 months of 2022 when speed cameras first went 24/7 through the same period of 2024, speed safety camera violations fell by 30%, though at least 132 vehicles received 100 or more speed safety camera tickets in 2024. Two vehicles received more than 500 speed safety camera tickets, with one New York driver receiving 562 tickets in 2024. Damn, the analysis showed. Safe street infrastructure, automated enforcement, and curbing repeated speeders are key to saving lives. And there's so much more work to do in New York City. Safety improvements. Too many people on bikes are still being killed on streets without protected bike lanes, and too many super speeders are putting all of us at risk while racking up hundreds of tickets. These numbers are a sobering call to action for everyone who cares about safety in the five boroughs. In 2024, 16 children were killed in traffic crashes. Half of these children were killed while walking or biking, according to officials. Traffic crashes killed 121 pedestrians in 2024, up from 100 in 2023. Families for Safe Streets Families for Families for Safe Streets member crash was preventable. Our elected our elected leaders must realize that their inaction has consequences in the form of dead children, siblings, parents, and friends. The time is now to take action that will save other families from living this nightmare, Summer told Patch. Next, we have huh, another crazy incident. Always on the 6 train. A mentally disturbed man in obvious need of medical assistance was left wallowing in his own filth on a Manhattan subway on Sunday while also sending strap hangers ill in the subway system. The sad and disturbing incident unfolded at around 10:15 a.m. on January 26th. Um, at the 28th Street station along the Uptown 6 train subway line below Posh Park Avenue. The weekend commute of families, including seniors and young children, was interrupted when an emotionally disturbed man entered through the turnstile and laid on his back, ranting, raving, and screaming. This is so terrible. Riders fled to either end of the platform to maintain distance from the individual, only sagging, exposing his rear end in full view of children. Jeez. That was stupid. Moments later, the man managed to board the 6 train after it pulled into the station. He sat on a seat while muttering incoherently and began lighting what appeared to be an illegal substance, causing another young mother to grab her child and hightail hightail it to the other end of the train car. He he then exited on Grand Central Station and meandered meandered out of sight. He was not arrested and did not hospital wearing a medical tag on his wrist and hospital socks. A revolving door of the mentally ill being discharged from the nearby Bellevue and NYU hospitals has plagued the Kips Bay area for several years now. It's sad that someone obviously in need of medical care is being released back out. Our medical care system is failing them, said a female resident of Kips Bay, who asked not to be identified. It's an abusive cycle. The episode occurred at a time when both Mayor Eric Adams and Governor Kathy Hochul are doubling down on efforts to boost subway safety and shatter a public perception that the system isn't safe. Even though transit crime fell to pushing state legislation to empower the city government to involuntarily institutionalize those with mental illness who can't care for themselves. We need to ensure that those who are suffering from severe mental illness are getting the care they need, and we're also protecting the innocent bystanders on our subways and on our streets. Hochul said at a recent press conference. The effort also comes amid a rash of recent disturbing crimes in the transit system, from the burning death of a woman sleeping on the F train in Brooklyn last month to the random shoving of a strap hanger in front of an oncoming one train in Midtown on New Year's. Have an exclusive. Traffic related deaths have plummeted in the Big Apple during the first quarter of the year. New city data released Wednesday shows the number of vehicular fatalities dropped citywide despite the recent shocking case of an alleged speed demon who mowed down and killed a 32-year-old mom and her two daughters in Brooklyn on March 29th. Damn. Damn. That shit is terrible and pretty stupid. Wow.
Go!
There are okay. Hold on. Wait a second. There were 41 traffic deaths during the first 3 months of 2025, 24 fewer than the 65 deaths reported last year, and the lowest number since 2018. When there were 40 fatalities, the city Department of Transportation said. The city Department of Transportation said it's the second lowest number of deaths in a first quarter since 1990, since, excuse me, when there were almost 40 fatalities, the DOT said. The agency tracks traffic deaths involving pedestrians, cyclists, drivers, and occupants of motor vehicles, all of which saw declines from January through March. Started under former Mayor Bill de Blasio and continued under current Mayor Eric Adams. After taking office, Adams dedicated $900 million in capital and operating funding over 5 years to address traffic safety, officials said. In order to make New York City the best place to raise a family, we need to be safer at every level, including on our streets, Adams said. Our administration's investments in intersection safety improvements, treating traffic violence as the serious crime that it is, and our expanding automated camera enforcement are all helping ensure we're leading. Um, but his owner also acknowledged the horrific Ocean Parkway crash in which 35-year-old wig maker Miriam Yarimi has been charged with manslaughter for the deaths of 32-year-old Natasha Sada and her two daughters, 8-year-old uh, Diana and 5-year-old Deborah. Um, a third sibling, a 4-year-old Philip, remains in critical condition at an area hospital. There is more work to do, as evidenced by the past weekend's tragic crash in Brooklyn, because one life reducing traffic violence as much as any other form of violence, Adams said. Still, the city is seeing the return of the early successes of Vision Zero after a spike in traffic deaths during the slandemic years. Um, the DOT said. Um, During the first quarter of 2013, the year before the traffic safety program launched, there were nearly 70% more traffic fatalities across the city. In 1990, there were 166 traffic fatalities in the first quarter of the year. There were 57 fatalities in 2022 and 53 in 2023, up from 42 in 2021 and 43 in compared to last year from 9,599 through March 12th, 2024 to 7,936 traffic injuries through the same time period this year. There were drops in injuries across the board among pedestrians, cyclists, motor vehicle drivers and occupants, DOT said. Every New Yorker deserves safe streets, and thanks to historic investments in better street designs, expanded educational efforts, and focused traffic enforcement, our streets are safer than ever, DOT Commissioner Edonis Rodriguez said. Um, that is what inspires NYC DOT's work each and every day because one traffic death is too many. Um, the improvements include the creation of 1.5 million square feet of new pedestrian space over 3 years, including 350,000 square feet of space last year, separating pedestrians from vehicular traffic. In addition, transportation officials say they upgraded safety improvements at a record 5,765 intersection improvements over the past 3 years, including upgrades at 2,688 intersections last year. Meanwhile, the city with safety structures to separate the lanes from vehicular traffic, expansion of speed cameras and red light um, cameras backed by fines helped reduce speeding, DOT officials said. The Adams administration persuaded the state legislature to expand the speed camera program to operate 24/7, which has helped reduce speed which has helped reduce speeding and traffic deaths during the overnight hours, officials said. But the speed program will expire at year's end unless Albany renews the program. Likewise, the expansion of red light cameras from 150 to 600 intersections this year, a quadrupling of the program has reported. Well, let's hope there's no more traffic fatalities compared to what I've seen in Queens Boulevard. All right. Let's see what else can we talk about here. So, all right, let's get into the next the next segment right here of topics that are trending and not trending. So, here it is chatting all the Okay, so weeks ago, actually 3 months ago, it's crazy, man. So here's what's happening. Here's what's happening here. A Detroit rapper has filed a lawsuit against Lyft, alleging that one of its drivers canceled her ride due to her weight. Um, Dajula Dajula Blanding sued the rideshare company and the driver January 27th. Blanding, whose stage name is Denk D. Moss, alleged that on January 18th she contacted Lyft looking for it's looking for transportation from her home to her cousin's house for a football game watch party. Doe arrived at Blanding's home around 10 to 15 minutes later. However, when she went to get inside Doe's vehicle, he allegedly refused to let her in. Court documents obtained by People on Tuesday, January 28th, which I saw that on TMZ Live actually. Specifically, as plaintiff walked towards the vehicle, defendant John Doe locked the doors to his vehicle and attempted to drive away. The lawsuit in his vehicle because she was too big to fit in the back seat, and his tires were not capable of supporting um, plaintiff's weight. The filing alleges that Doe told Blanding she was too big to fit in the back seat, and his tires were not capable of supporting plaintiff's weight. Blanding responded and told Doe there was enough room for her to fit in the back seat, and she did not require a bigger car. Doe allegedly told Blanding that he had this problem in the past, adding that overweight individuals must order Lyft extra large. Lyft and cost more than standardized, according to the company's website. Doe canceled Blanding's ride and left. The lawsuit alleges Blanding was unable to attend her cousin's party. She is accusing Lyft and Doe of allegedly subjecting her to a hostile environment and and disparate and disparate treatment. Her attorney, John Markle, tells People under the law, refusing someone transportation due to their weight is no different than refusing someone transportation based on their race or religion. Discrimination of any kind should never be tolerated in our society. Refusing someone transportation based on their weight is not only illegal but dangerous. Attorney shelter after the driver left her stranded. This could have ended even worse than it did. Wow. Wow. That has to suck, man. That really sucks. Yeah, that really sucks though, man. Wow. Blaine is suing for damages such as stress, humiliation, embarrassment, outrage, mental anguish, fear, and mortification, as well as emotional, economic, and non economic damages. She is also asking for attorney fees and costs. Lyft unequivocal, unequivocal, Lyft unequivocally condemned and mutual kindness. A spokesperson for the residents rideshare for the rideshare company says in a statement shared with People, our community guidelines and terms of service explicitly prohibit harassment or discrimination. All right, next we got Cameron. He's going in on Dame Dash, as he should, man. And this is from Hot New Hip Hop. um, Cameron has weighed in on Dame Dash's financial drama. Cameron says that Dame Dash got complacent, and that's the reason for his financial woes. He discussed the Rockefeller Records co-founder during the latest episode of Talk with Food about keeping on. It's about keeping on hustling. Cam said on his show. I would love to do the things Dame did. Fly private for 5 years straight, by 2 mansions in London. You got a mansion in London just for your niggas, and then a personal mansion in London for something else, or renting them or whatever. You just got mansions and luncheons. We're not even from London. We just going to fucking London hanging out. Hmm. Why is Dame Dash in debt, you ask? Further speaking about Dame, Cam blamed his lavish lifestyle on his financial woes in Tribeca and much more. Bro, if you live like that, you got to keep hustling. Do you can't do buy all that shit you bought. And I'm being nice, Cam argued. I'm not even naming half of it. You can't buy all that shit and spend all that money and then be like, I shouldn't have to work anymore. I ain't half I ain't have half the shit I just named. I I ain't have no two lofts in Soho. I ain't have no two mansions in London. I ain't fly private every day for 6, 7, 8, 9 years. I ain't have I ain't have no damn urinal. On the other hand, Cam suggested he's much better at above. Cam's rant comes after a new report from All Hip Hop noted that author and entrepreneur Edwina Brooks is is preparing to seize Dame's assets after winning a $78 million. Hold on, 78,289 $289.57 judgment against him. She's accused him of unlawfully marketing and distributing her book series, uh, Mafiata, without permission. The drama comes after he already had to auction off his shares in Rockefeller Records. As far as having a 9 to 5 job, if anybody's a fucking idiot, it's him. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody, listen, not everybody can make cookies like not everybody can make cookies like his son or anybody else does. And that's what your ass get. Cause you know karma is a bitch. Like you cannot tell someone, oh, they can't have a 9 to 5 job to earn some money. I was taught if a person like myself who wants to earn some money, I have to get a job and work hard for it. There's no shortcut. You feel me? Yeah, anyway, I want to get into involving psychosis. So let's get into this right here. Let's get into this right here. First and foremost, I'm not endorsing anything. All right? I'm not endorsing any of this shit. I'm not endorsing any drugs. So just bear with me. So there it is, man. All right. So all right. So for those of you who may not know what cannabis is a plant-based drug derived from the hemp plant. Though long used as an illicit recreational drug, it is now being investigated for its cannabis. However, as evidence comes in about its association with mental health problems, the concern is mounting about such use. A number of studies came no, a number of studies have been carried out, both epi- epidemiological and neurological research, may shown a consistent increase in the rate of psychosis among people who use cannabis. These studies have followed both case control and cross sectional design, covering large proportions as well as groups at high risk. The findings from these studies, which have all been observational in nature, still suggest a cause effect Right. Now, Lisa Evans talked about psychosis in one of the episodes of Street Soldiers that I watched. So, what is psychosis, you ask? Psychosis is a term used to describe the severe mental disorder in which the patient experiences delusions, hallucinations, and other disturbances of cognition and behavior, which prevents normal daily functioning. Now, according to the evidence, all the studies show the existence of a link between cannabis use and psychosis risk. The the odds of psychotic symptoms increase by anywhere from 1.77 to 10.9 with the use of cannabis. Moreover, several studies have relationship with a relative risk of 6.0, 1.77, and 6.8 in the groups with the highest use, depending on the study. Though various outcome measures have been used in the different studies, such as a clinical diagnosis of psychosis, a diagnostic classification by self-reported data, and and symptom scores. The association remains consistent. Shit, that's crazy. Um. All right. So many newer studies have also accounted for multiple factors that could using cannabis, socioeconomic factors, family related factors, including parental divorce or abuse and childhood trauma. Thus, the observed link cannot be attributed to these factors alone. A potential source of confusion between the cause and the effect in the studies is if the so-called effect is actually the cause in the case in this case is the cannabis use a result of pre-existing psychosis, perhaps to ease the symptoms. This has been controlled for, as already stated above, by specifically looking for psychotic symptoms according before the use of this drug. Moreover, a recent study used use rates. Still, cannabis use was associated with higher psychosis rates. Again, the findings indicate a link between the occurrence of psychotic symptoms in people already at risk due to, for instance, a history of psychosis, current psychotic symptoms, or family history of psychosis, and the use of cannabis. Biological explanation. Cannabis acts on the brain mostly through the specific molecules that bind this drug called the cannabinoid receptors. The form of cannabis that interacts with these receptors is called um THC. Um Hold on, let me try to the acronym for THC for short. There are three types of receptors, and cannabis acts on them to trigger a course of neural impulses, which can cause a variety of changes in brain activity. Cannabis affects behavior and cognition, including reasoning, memory, judgment, decision making, and thinking. These include these effects include temporary positive and negative psychotic symptoms. Long-term use may, however, lead to more permanent damage in the pattern of neurotransmitter secretion, which may then serve as a chronic risk factor for psychosis and release, as well as in, inhibition of dopamine reuptake. The increased risk with the presence of mutant compt straightens this link. However, it remains true that the majority of people who use cannabis do not do not develop psychosis. Similarly, most people who no similarly most people with psychosis are not cannabis users. In fact, some scientists think that only about 1/10 of psychoses are due to the use of the drug. Thus, avoiding cannabis use is not guaranteed to prevent psychosis. On the other hand, and vulnerable because of their susceptibility, mental illness, cannabis does increase the risk of psychosis. It should it should be strongly discouraged by all available means. All right. She also Lisa Evers also touched on marijuana. Let me see. So this is from yeah. Most important information I should know about marijuana induced psychosis can have serious health risks, including the development of psychosis in some individuals. If you think you or someone you know is experiencing psychosis, seek medical assistance immediately. And of course, psychosis people who experience psychosis, they may have symptoms such as delusions, hallucinations, and disordered thinking. It is a symptom of a number of mental health conditions and may have a variety of causes, including marijuana use. All right, so this article discusses the ways marijuana is associated with the risk of developing psychosis. It also covers some of the treatments for marijuana induced um, psychosis. Can marijuana cause psychosis? A variety of substances and medications can cause a condition known as substance medication induced psychotic disorder. After taking a using the substance or when they are withdrawing from the drug. Other substances and medications that can trigger psychosis include alcohol, hallucin- hallucinos- hallucin- hallucinogens, se- s- sedatives, stimulants, amphet- amphetamines, antidepressants, and steroids. Research suggests that people who have a co occurring mental health disorder, along with a substance use disorder, are at a higher risk of developing psychosis associated with the substance or medication use. This may suggest that substances such as marijuana may trigger the marijuana and psychiatric disorders. Marijuana use has also been linked to an increased risk of developing a number of psychiatric conditions, including schizophrenia, depression, and substance use disorders. However, researchers are still not sure if marijuana can cause psychiatric conditions such as schizophrenia or bipolar disorder in healthy individuals. Instead, marijuana use may trigger the onset of certain psychiatric conditions in people with a predisposition for those disorders. Um, while the underlying mechanisms are not well understood, cannabis is a known risk factor for the onset of schizophrenia. Studies have found schizophreniform psychosis cases. Um, a study published in the journal the Lancet found that people who smoke high potency marijuana on a daily basis potentially have a 5 times greater risk of developing psychosis compared to people who have never smoked marijuana. In in this study, high potency marijuana was defined as products containing more than 10% THC. That's actually that's that's tetrahydrocannabinol, the compound in cannabis that is responsible for the drug's psychoactive effects and the potency products are much more readily available than they were in the past. Jeez. Symptoms of psychosis. When people experience psychosis as a result of marijuana use, they may experience a number of different symptoms associated with a break from reality. Symptoms of marijuana induced psychosis include hallucin- hallucinations. These are characterized by sensory experiences that are not real, including seeing, hearing, or feeling things that don't exist in reality. Paranoia. This is a type of thinking uh, that causes people to feel suspicious and distrustful of other people. Paranoia in which people believe that other people are trying to harm or sabotage them. Depersonalization. This happens when a person feels detached from their own thoughts, i- identity, feelings, emotions, and memories. Derealization. This symptom is characterized by feeling separated from the environment and the feeling that things are not happening in real time. Grandiosity. This involves having an exaggerated sense of power and importance. People experiencing grandiosity may feel that they are superior to others or invaluable to harm. People may also experience other symptoms during a psychotic episode, including irritability, anxiety, marijuana. These symptoms are usually transient rather than persistent. They typically resolve once the substance leaves the body. All right. So Risk factors. There are a number of factors that may make a person more likely to experience psychosis after using marijuana. Age and gender. Young men are at the highest risk. Heavy marijuana use, chronic long-term use of high potency marijuana, um, high amount of THC, pre-existing vulnerability to psychosis. Jeez. Use during adolescence. I don't know if that's a good idea. Might be due to the emotional challenges that sometimes contribute to marijuana use. Regular marijuana use by teens can also affect the brain in a variety of ways and may impact cognition, learning, and development. Gene variations. Research has found that people who use marijuana and have a certain variation of the AKT1 gene, which is responsible for coding for an enzyme affecting dopamine signaling in a specific region of the brain called the the striatum. Oh boy, are at a greater risk of, you know, um yeah, this is pretty interesting. I wanted to, anyway. um Hold on one second. All right. Let me get to. Where are we? Yes. Where were we? Yes. Variations. Um, now variation. Yeah, listen. So let's go to treatment. People who, hold on. All right, let's go to treatment. People who are having a psychosis linked to marijuana use involves antipsychotic medication. In some cases, the use of sedative antipsychotics or benz, benzo, benzodiazepines may be needed in order to manage some behaviors. After the immediate symptoms have been addressed, the individual will be further evaluated to determine the cause of the psychosis and to diagnose any other co-occurring conditions that may be contributing to symptoms. Depending on the cause of the psychosis, a doctor or mental health professional may recommend additional treatments. Psychotherapy and mutual support groups can also be beneficial for people who have a cannabis use disorder. Oh gosh. CBD and psychosis. Some research suggests that CBD, which is cannabidiol, another compound found in marijuana, may be helpful in reducing the risk of psychosis associated with marijuana. CBD has a number of purported mental health benefits. Although a comprehensive review of the existing research concluded that there is not enough evidence to support using CBD to relieve symptoms of mental health conditions. Uh, However, some research suggests associated with THC, such as anxiety. The impact of CBD on psychosis is not fully understood, but some evidence suggests it may be helpful. Reduce psychotic symptoms. One 2017 randomized controlled trial looked at the use of CBD as an adjunct, adjunctive treatment to antipsychotics in the treatment of schizophrenia compared to a placebo group. Those who were treated with CBD and antipsychotics experienced decreases in their psychotic symptoms as well as improvements in their cognitive functioning. Decreased higher CBD to THC ratio tend to have a lower risk of developing cannabis related psychosis. Fewer side effects. One clinical trial comparing CBD to the antipsychotic drug amisulpride found that while both led to similar outcomes, those treated with CBD showed greater reductions in negative symptoms and fewer side effects than the antipsychotic medication. Es- Essentially, the two main compounds in focus are THC and CBD. To summarize, it is THC that is associated with a higher risk of psychosis, and CBD that has been associated with a lower. All right, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. All right. We're gonna talk about the hot pickle challenge, and along with other topics, of course, obviously, hot pickle sandwich on a bun and Easter ideas. All right, we're gonna get into it right here, right now. So let's get to it. All right, so let's get into it. Um, this is crazy, man. Yeah, whether you talk by storm. The hot pickle challenge has seen TikTok influencers uploading videos of themselves eating Van um, Holton's Pickles, and sharing their surprised reactions. Not that it's just some random influencers inhaling pickles. Celebrities have also been hopping on the pickle bandwagon, with Amanda Holden and Florence Pugh also taking part in the challenge. Can't believe it. That shit is so fucking nasty. The worry is that each 2 gram serving contains just under a quarter of your recommended daily sodium amount, which could lead to health issues when eaten in excess. Jeez. Specialist dietitian Nicola um, um, Ludland Ludland Rain told the Daily Mail, for some people, it can cause reflux, and for those with stomach ulcers, it could make symptoms worse. I'm all for eating more plant food for fiber, but this isn't a trend I would be advising my patients to try. Um, there's no doubt that cucumbers are a welcome addition to healthy diet plans, but it's the additional ingredients like salt in the giant hot pickles that are sparking concern. With the pickle ditching its larger amounts, leading to unwanted health problems. One thing to definitely be aware of is the high salt content, says dietary researcher Dr. Dwayne Malor to the Daily Mail. They can be around 1% sodium. Around, excuse me, according to the British, the Brit, the British Heart Foundation, the recommended daily sodium intake for adults is less than 2.5 gram per day. So, as per the general advice regarding nutrition, it's best to eat foods like pickles in moderation to avoid health issues. What's in the 410 was it megagrams? Sodium, protein, no, there's no protein, calcium, 30 milligrams, I'm sorry. Yeah, 30 milligrams of calcium, potassium, 10 milligrams. Ingredients include cucumber, water, vinegar, salt, calcium chloride, natural flavoring, sodium benzoate, and potassium sorbate. All, hold on, oleo resin, um, cap capsicum, and yellow 5. I wouldn't try this at home, man. You know what I mean? I would not try this at home. Expensive, right? Um, there there are some crazy ideas that I never heard of before, but potatoes, fucking potatoes. Who whoever came up with this idea might be a genius after all. But let's get to this though, man, because let's get to this. Let's see. All right, so Easter is getting closer, and instead of talking about chocolate bunnies, I thought I would talk about Easter eggs. Oh wait a minute, eggs are too expensive now. So some people are actually considering Easter potatoes. Hmm. Easter holidays. Americans, as reported by the New York Times, are beginning to seek alternative solutions. They are using potatoes, marshmallows, and onions. Ew. And onions for egg dyeing, which are much cheaper and more readily available. Okay, first of all, who in the flying fucking hell do you know use onions as a substitute for Easter eggs? That is insane. That is fucking insane, man. Who do you know that uses onions as a fucking Easter egg replacement? Okay, I don't know, man. Onions as as a substitute for Easter eggs. I don't know. I just find it disgusting. I find it fucking disgusting. Disgusting. Wow. I just find it so disgusting right now, man. Very disgusting. Yeah, that part. Um, let's see. It's turned into a real thing. Some people have decided that eggs are too expensive and there are cheaper alternatives. Easter potatoes is an idea that's being pushed forward by Potatoes USA. Damn, man. Oh, man. I know I'm an old guy, but I don't know if I'm ready for this. One of the nicest things about Easter eggs is that you can eat them. Yes, I know you can't eat a potato, but you've got to cook them. You got to cook it first. At least the Easter eggs are already cooked, but we're talking about a new, more affordable alternative. And yes, that is Easter potatoes. So you can do all sorts of different colors. You can actually hand hand paint them if you 'arts and crafts' item for you. It is really but is it really practical? It turns out that based on surveys, 90% of American parents are still going to go with eggs, but that other 10%, it could be potatoes, it could be onions, it could be marshmallows, any number of possibilities. Shit. This is like so many crazy fucking insane ideas, man. My personal favorite, my personal favorite is the Reese's peanut butter Easter egg, but that's more of a candy in the basket kind of thing. Nobody is going to be hand painting Reese's peanut 10 unique or you 10 fun or unique ways to decorate Easter eggs. Eventually, they introduced more colors like neon decorator stickers and other decorations to offer more options. But now there is everything from gadgets that will rotate eggs to eco-friendly egg kits. Here are a few fun options for Easter eggs this year. Okay. So, Sequin Easter egg kit. Here is a fun kit from Etsy that comes with everything you need to make unbreakable foam eggs, with everything you need to decorate your eggs with sequins. 24K golden eggs. It's like Willy Wonka's factory with these shiny golden eggs. This kit found on tablets and some gold glaze to give that unique golden look. Fingerprint eggs. This kit is one of many kits on this list from from PAAS, the iconic Easter egg brand, and it is one that will give your eggs a one of a kind look using your fingerprints. The kit includes the dye tablet and 3 ink pads to make the fingerprints. Dino Easter eggs. Try something really different by decorating these dino eggs. Paint the eggs, and after one, perfect if you have some little dinosaur lovers in your house. Wooden eggs. Here's another unbreakable idea. This set of 9 wooden Easter eggs can be decorated using paint, um, markers, wax crayons, glue, guns, anything you can think of. I think the cool thing about this idea is that you can keep the eggs to reuse and even add to them every year, having a keepsake to have forever. Family size kit. If you have a problem in your family picking just one decorating kit to make the whole family happy, check out this mega size kit from is 9 kits in one. This kit comes with 9 dye tablets, 90 stickers, 20 egg stands, 12 sponge shapes, one dyeing tray, sequin pouch, glue pen, glitter, magic crayon, bag of beads, and more. Shake those eggs. PAAS has some fun with this shake and color kit. Instead of dunking or drawing on your eggs, this kit allows you to put your eggs in bags with uncooked rice to give the eggs a unique finish. Unicorn whip. Here is another kit from PAAS that uses food safe foam to liquid dye pouches. One container of foam and glitter to finish the job. Egg mazing. If, if you want to avoid the mess of dyes, glitters, se- sequins, and other decorative stuff, check out the Egg Mazing Easter egg decorator. The egg mazing will spin the egg, allowing you to use one of the 8 egg decorating markers included in the kit to make a one of a kind design that will keep the kids busy for hours. Echo eggs. This eco friendly kit from Echo Kids comes with 3 powder based coloring packets made with all natural vegetable and plant extracts. Real grass for those eggs, not the plastic stuff. 3 coconut husk pucks that will make soil when you add water. Obviously, the grass isn't going to grow overnight, so you might want to get this kid going well in advance of Easter. What to put in Easter eggs that isn't candy? Several snacks that are chocolate free that can fit within um, within the confines of plastic Easter eggs, such as the following. Oh wow! So you have snacks like pretzels, yogurt melts, fruit snacks, go. Looks like mints. Shit. Oh man. Um, fun places to hide Easter eggs to stump your kids. Easter is around the corner, and now it's time to start thinking about your yearly Easter egg hunt. You can't make it easy for your kids to find those Easter eggs. Making it tough for them gives you time to enjoy a mimosa while you watch them find the Easter eggs. Here are some places that will make it a little harder but fun for your kids to find those Easter eggs. Inside a toolbox, kids will never think that dad's toolbox has some of those Easter eggs. Be at eye level and tougher to find. Under doggy bowl. Fill it with food, and kids aren't going to want to move the bowl. Deep in the shoe. Oh shit. Dad's smelly shoe is something the kids don't want to be around. Oh man. Oh man. Inside a toy box. This can cause a little bit of a mess, but it'll be fun. Inside cereal box. Throw an Easter egg in there and close the box. Egg carton. Have to blend in a few Easter eggs with a real egg carton. Inside plant. Find brown or green Easter eggs and blend them in the plants. Pantry. Can't go wrong with hiding some Easter eggs with all the good snacks. All right. Um okay. So hold on a second here. All right. So some fun activities to do for the Easter weekend. For the Easter weekend, so we're gonna get into this right here. Hold on a second. Um, all right, here we go. Here we go.
Remains to be seen, kid. Get it? Remains to be
Are you ready for this Easter weekend? I have a whole lineup of fun activities for you folks at home that's in the New York areas of the five boroughs, Long Island, tri-state area, not even to mention Jersey, not even to mention Connecticut, and and I want to start off with I want to start off with let me see. I want to start off with New Jersey first, actually. So let's start off with New Jersey. May 3rd, there is a Monster Jam event that's taking place in East Rutherford, New Jersey. And all you have to do is go ahead and get your tickets. All right. Yes. Yes, which is MetLife Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey. Um, don't forget to, and of course, there's going to be some competitors. Um, it's going to be Gravedigger, Tyler um, Meninga, um, Armando Castro's going to be there, Kevin Crocker, along with, hang on a second, Zombie, Bari, Musawir, um, Camden Murphy, Colt Stevens, Cynthia Gathia, Dalton Whitner, Jim Jim Kohler, Joe Foley, Chris Kohler, Christensen, and yeah, so and the pit party starts at 12:30 p.m. The doors will be open at 3 p.m. Trackside 4 p.m. Start time is at 5 p.m. Of course, make sure you go ahead and unders, all right? Um, yes, starting today, the New York Auto Show is celebrating 125 years. This this is very fun right there, man. So let me break this down here. Um, this year marks a remarkable milestone for the New York International Auto Show. 125 years of showcasing the automotive industry's finest. As one of the world's oldest and most prestigious auto shows, the New York Auto Show has grown from a small display of horseless carriages in 1900 to a global stage where groundbreaking extraordinary this extraordinary anniversary. Let's take a journey through some of the milestones and highlights that have defined the New York Auto Show over the years. All right, so early years, the birth of an industry. The first New York Auto Show was held at Madison Square Garden in 1900, featuring 69 exhibitors and attracting more than 48,000 visitors. It marked a pivotal moment when the American public first encountered automobiles in mass, signaling the dawn of a new era of transportation. 1920s, a growing industry on display. By the 1920s, the New York Auto Show had become a hub for automakers to first car introduced in 1924, which offered a groundbreaking six-cylinder engine at a more affordable price point. 1950s, the post-war boom. In the booming post-war years, the auto show reflected the optimism of the times. It was during this decade that concept cars became a major attraction, giving audiences a glimpse into the futuristic designs that automakers envisioned. 1980, the rise of global influence. As the auto industry became increasingly global, the New York Auto Show welcomed international brands in greater numbers. The 1980s saw the debut of luxury imports like Lexus and Infiniti alongside the growing popularity of European brands. The 2000s, shaping the future of mobility, the turn of the millennium brought electrification and hybrid technology to the forefront. In 2004, Toyota unveiled the Prius hybrid, signaling the mainstream adoption of eco friendly vehicles. The auto show also began featuring electric vehicles more prominently, foreshadowing the industry's pivot towards sustainability. 2020, the 2020s, innovation at the core. In recent years, the New York Auto Show has continued to lead in showcasing transformative technologies. Announcements of cutting edge EVs, self driving prototypes, and hydrogen powered vehicles have anniversary show promises to be one for the ages. So celebratory exhibits will highlight the evolution of the automobile and the auto show itself. A special retrospective display will feature vintage cars from 1900 to today, while the show floor will be packed with next generation EVs, AI driven vehicles, and cutting edge excuse me, automotive technology. Um, Major announcements expected at this year's show include the debut of several all new electric SUVs, advancements in auto innovation. The road ahead for 125 years, the New York Auto Show has been more than just an event. It's been a mirror of progress, reflecting the automotive industry's journey and its impact on society. As we celebrate this milestone, the show continues to look ahead, serving as a platform for innovation and a celebration of the past, present, and future of mobility. So yeah, let's see. Let's see. Okay, now yeah, it started today actually. So public days is April 18th, which is today, through April 27th. All www.autoshowny.com, where you can get your tickets. It's going to have let me see. All right, so all right, get tickets, experiences. It has general info, show history, headlines, show tours, show merch, um, headlines, general info. Um, they have variety. They have variety of different cars that's going to be there. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, um, if I'm not mistaken, so Bentley, and along with let me see, there's other car models. There's Rolls Royce is going to be there. Um, Karma is going to be there. What? There's other stuff. Lotus. There's let me see. Yeah, there's variety of car brands is going to be there. Actually, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Bentley. Yeah, Bentley's going to be there. I think Hyundai's going to be there. There's a whole. All right. So this. Oh, they have the Jeep. They got Jeep models that's going to be in there too. Yeah, Camp Jeep is returning this year to the auto show. Um, yeah, Camp Jeep is going to be there. Um, yeah. So I think they got the EV test track. Of course, there's this. Oh, wow. All right, man. All right. Yeah, go to autoshowny.com for tickets and more information on the different types of model cars that's going to be there. All right. So there you go, right there. There you go, right there. What else that's happening? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. A quick reminder. A quick reminder that the Black Effect podcast festival is happening on April 26th. So hurry up and get your tickets. Let me find it because let me find it. All right, let me find it right there. Let me find it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes. Also happening tomorrow is the Supercross Championship event. Um, that's happening tomorrow, which is April 19th. Go to www.supercrosslive.com and tickets. Go to www.supercrosslive.com. All right, so yes, the Black Effect the Black Effect Podcast Festival is happening on April 26th of this month. Hurry up and get your tickets at blackeffect.com/podcast festival. All right. And Also happening, also happening on April 27th, which is a Sunday, Beach Brunch event hosted by Tuffy, music by DJ Mac, and a special guest plus Uncle Ralph McDaniels from Video Music Box will be there. At the Bistro located at 135 Alexander Avenue in the Bronx, if you like to make reservations, check out the reservation website right here, which is www.opentable.com slash restref slash client, all that stuff right there. And you can follow them on Instagram as well. What All right, so let me see what else. Let me see what's going on here. Um Let me make sure I didn't miss out on anything whatsoever. Let me make sure I didn't miss out on nothing. All right. Let me see. 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 All right. All right. We're gonna go to. Wait a minute here. Best things to do for Easter weekend. So things to do for Easter weekend. Here we go. I'm gonna stay right here. So we're gonna start with the Easter parade and bonnet festival. This parade is all this parade is all about the hats lavishly decorated from the exquisite to the outlandish. Anyone is welcome to join. Just show up near St. Patrick's Cathedral at 10 a.m. on Easter Sunday, April 20th, 2025, to watch or Santa with the group up Fifth Avenue. The tradition dates back to the 1870s, so you might even see some participants in period costumes, but the highlight are welcome. The only requirement is a bonnet. The more whimsical, the better. Not sure what that means. All right, so we have an Easter brunch. All right, we have an Easter brunch. Brunch is competitive in New York City any time of year, and interest ticks up even higher on holidays. On Easter Sunday, in particular, which falls on the 20th this year, demand for mimosas, Bloody Marys, Egg Benedict, and all manner of pancakes soars higher than rooftop bars. It's a good time. It's a good time to plan ahead. Is all, and these restaurants are receiving some of the best Easter brunch off. Um, Easter brunch with a sheep at tavern on the green. This is crazy. Did you know? Yeah, so we have that. So we have that. That's also happening on the 20th. Easter at the Children's Museum of Manhattan. So join Children's Museum of Manhattan educators and artists for a weekend long Easter egg extravaganza, which started today, April 20th through the 20th. Activities include basket weaving, puppet egg hunts, egg painting, and more. During the museum wide scavenger hunt, search for NYC inspired puppets around the to win a prize. As for basket weaving, learn how to weave, loop, twist, and curl repurposed materials to create an eco-friendly Easter basket that promotes the importance of recycling and the joy of spring. Accompanying your upcycled basket by painting your own wooden egg character inspired by spring florals and bright colors. You also have the Great East Midtown Easter Egg Hunt. The Easter fun lasts all week during the Great East Midtown Easter Egg Hunt. Now through Saturday, April 19th, kids under 12 can visit businesses throughout this will have candy stuffed eggs hidden at their location for kids to find on a first come, first served basis. Each location will also have one golden egg hidden, which is redeemable for an extra special prize for the hunter and their parents. To make sure kids all over the city have the chance to participate all week long, kids are kindly asked to hunt one egg per location. The events hosted yet again by the East Midtown Partnership, a, a business improvement district. Um, Here's the full list of participating businesses. Yeah, I could check that out for yourselves. Um, Boozy Easter brunch and egg hunt. Damn, son. So Easter and family gatherings go hand in hand, from egg coloring with the kids to delightful egg hunts in the yard. But sometimes adults want to have fun too. Luckily, the Hudson Yards Eatery is hosting a bluesy good time this Easter for the rest of us. Leave the kids at home for um Catria Cocina and Bar's All Out Easter Brunch. Chef Kyle Pachir is serving classic brunch dishes with a twist. Think lemon ricotta pancakes with blueberry compote and maple whipped butter and bis- bis- bistecta. Bistecta. Churi and breakfast potatoes. Anchovy, damn. Why would you put fish with pancakes? Oh shit. If the best drink is one without a bottom, opt for the 90-minute bottomless option, which includes mimosas, bellinis, Catria Sprites, and Bloody Marys. Bloody Marys priced at $30. Each diner will also receive a colorful plastic egg filled with prizes, from discounts on the bill to free bottles of wine redeemable for your next visit. Speaking of eggs, Katria is swapping out egg dyeing for scene. Brunch can be booked on Open Table. Yeah, so check that out. Open Table. So check that out. All right. Um, Hang on one second. All right. So what else we have? Let me see if there's any other Easter related stuff happening. Hmm. I think that's it. Wait, wait, wait. Let me see. Let me see. I think that's about. Yeah, I think that's about it. Um, talk about for Easter weekend. All right, so things to do. So we know today's Friday. Um, today's Friday actually. So today's Friday. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. So what about Saturday? Okay, Saturday, April 19th. Find the tallest buildings. Right. So we have the annual Easter egg hunt. This is the one time of the year it's okay to put all your eggs in one craft and have photos taken with the Easter Bunny. Please bring your own basket. Bartow Pell Mansion Museum, located at 895 Shore Road in the Bronx. It starts at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and it's $15. Um, Tall building scavenger hunt. Can you identify which tower in your current exhibition is the oldest? Can you find out what year a photographer used the unfinished Brooklyn Bridge to take a photo of the Manhattan skyline? Um, Put your sleuthing skills to the test in this scavenger hunt for kids of all ages. The Skyscraper Museum, located at 39 Battery Place in Manhattan, it starts at 10:30. It's free. Well, join this fun wine event with some of the industry's favorite Italian producers, Podere Prada Rollo from Emilia Romagna. Come as you are, and we will fit you into the two tastings. Some of the best traditional foods from the region will complement the tasting. Orange Glow, located at 264 Broome Street, Manhattan, which takes place on Saturday, which is tomorrow, April 19th, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., which is hold on. Wait a minute. Is it 6 a.m. to 10? Is it 6 a.m.? Yeah, it might be 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. 10 from $10 Farm wander through a sprawling field of tulips as part of QCFM Spring Awakening. Find your own mindfulness moment among the blooms and enjoy vibrant photo ops in an array of colors brought to you by Mother Nature. Pick your own blooms to enjoy a vivid dose of springtime beauty at home or at work. Queens County Farm Museum is located at 75-50 Little Neck Parkway, Queens, New York. Uh, The event starts at 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. It is um $8, $6 ages 3 and 11. The Bunny Hop Family Disco. The Bunny Hop Family Disco is a delightful event designed to bring features a vibrant mix of music that caters to all ages, from classic hits to current chart toppers, ensuring everyone finds a beat they can groove to. Friends of Firefighters is located at 199 Van Brunt Street. Located, it's Brooklyn, New York. And the event starts at 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And the prices is between $10 to $35. Celebrate Easter Sunday at Marble um, Collegiate Church. Celebrate the magnificence of Easter Sunday at the Marble Collegiate Church. The morning will begin with glorious organ and brass music led by Michael T. The hour in Marble's um, Labyrinth Room. Marble Collegiate Church is located at 1 West 29th Street, Manhattan, New York, April 20th, 11:45 a.m. It is free. You, if you want to find more amazing fun activities to do in New York City or list your own events, at you can take a look at events.amny.com for dozens more events around our area. You can check out sister sites qns.com, brooklynpaper.com, bxtimes.com, and longislandpress.com. All right. Let's see. I want to make sure I don't miss out on anything. All right. Okay. Also, I want to point out something actually. There is a there is an event that's taking place in Lincoln Center. Um Lincoln so this event is Lincoln Center's hang on a second. Lincoln Center's SNF supported summer for the city returns June 11th to August 9th. All right. So Lincoln Center for the Performing Arts announced the fourth annual summer for the city, welcoming all New Yorkers and visitors from around the world to a season grounded in the city's global cultural. Choose What You Pay takes place between June 11th to August 9th. Now, an anticipated summer tradition, the festival has served more than 1 million visitors since launching in 2022. The 2025 festival offers a bold lineup of multidisciplinary performances across the Lincoln Center campus, including world and New York premieres, participatory, participatory, participatory events, and more, all within transformed outdoor spaces that are destinations for a range of artistic experiences and spaces for um, respite for New Yorkers during the summer months. The live performing arts are fundamental to who we are and to summer in New York City, said um, Mariko Silver, president and CEO of Lincoln Center for the Performing Arts. Nowhere do the rhythms of the world come together like here in New York. Summer for the city is such a beautiful expression of the international cultural crossroads we call home. Summer for the city is a celebration of Lincoln Center's founding promise to always enliven the city with arts for all New Yorkers. We invite you to experience the inspiration and artistry of incredible performers from around the country and around the um a Aaron Kranz, chief artistic officer of Lincoln Center for the Performing Arts. Take continued. This year's festival brings artists whose visions of the future um, inspire and bring joy. Just as the energy of New York City connects us, we hope New Yorkers of all ages will feel moved by this reminder of shared humanity in an interconnected world. We invite you to come as you are, experience global rhythms, and embrace new perspectives, all without ever leaving New York. Lincoln Center's outdoor spaces for the city visual director Ramos, creating quintessential um, NYC summer destination, welcoming New Yorkers to come together, relax, and enjoy unforgettable experiences together. For this year's Summer for the City Festival, we continue we continue our reflection on nature and what wisdom it could impart on our urban lives, said Clinton Ramos, visual director and artists in residence. Birds are the main inspiration this year. We meditate on the freedom of their flight and the collective importance of the flock. Birds reminds us all to look up and imagine how we ourselves together and experiment in reinvigorating public space to quickly be- became an indispensable part of New York summers by creating a joyful opportunity for human interaction, artistic discovery, and creative exuberance, said Andreas Draco Dracopoulos, co-president of the Star of the Stavros um, near near Nearco's Foundation, lead supporter for Summer for the City community programming. If Central Park is New York's backyard, during Summer for the City, Lincoln Center becomes its front porch, welcoming one and all to LCPA is dedicated to making the arts accessible to the widest possible audience. The majority of Summer for the City events are offered for free. Select indoor performances will be choose what you pay, starting at $5. Choose what you pay. Tickets go on sale to Lincoln Center members, which which is Thursday, May 8th at 12 p.m. and to the general public on Thursday, May 15th at 12 p.m. All free events are general admission. First come, first serve, unless otherwise noted. Fast track reservations are available for select free events on Mondays at noon for that week's event at Lincoln Center at their website, lincolncenter.org. Fast track. All right. All right. So let's go to some places to eat and drink, shall we? Um damn. Um Apparently I don't have it here. Damn. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna go right here, man. Munchies and drinks, man. All right. Okay. Munchies and drinks. If you are new to this show, this is where I talk about some places for you folks to eat, events and stuff that's going on in some of the restaurants. So I got y'all with that. So let's get into it here. Hang on. Come on. Sorry about that. All right. Let me go to. Let's go to. Okay. I'm gonna name a few restaurant places where you can eat and drink. All right. So this is starting with Tatiana by Kwame on Wachi. Um, and this is located at 10 Lincoln Center Plaza. Hours is from Tuesdays through Saturdays, 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Closed on Sundays and Mondays. So you can book online. Actually, you can do that. And we got Gage and Toner. Now, this is located at 372 Fulton Street, second floor, Brooklyn, New York. Hours, yeah, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Fridays through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Jeez Louise. Y'all gotta y'all gotta make a reservation and make a reservation. And Gramercy Tavern. Gramercy Tavern. I'm not gonna have time to read all this stuff. So this is located at 42nd, 42 East 20th Street. Tavern open hours is from which is daily 11:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. The dining room Sundays through Thursday 5 to 9:30 p.m. Friday and Saturday 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Um, Read Resdora. This Tuesday through Friday, noon to 2:30 and 5 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday 11:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. and 5 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. I'm not really a sushi person, so I'm not even gonna go into any of that right there. I'm not a sushi person, so I'm not gonna go there. Let's see. Sailor. This place is located at 228 DeKalb Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. Hours is from Sunday through Wednesday, 5 p.m., 5 to 10 p.m. Thursdays to Saturday, 5 to 10:30 p.m. Lunch, uh, Wednesday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 2:30. Let's see. Um, Damaka. Okay. This is located at 119 Delancey Street, Essex Market, store number 34, daily 5 to 10 p.m. Check it out. Check it out for yourself. Um, and let me see. And let me see if there's anything. Oh, yeah. All right. Boy, let me see. Let me see this. Okay, closed on Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, noon to 9 p.m. Friday and Saturday, noon to 10 p.m. Sunday, noon to 6 p.m. Okay. What is this? This is Crown Shy. Okay. Um, this is located at 70 Pine Street, Sunday through Wednesday, 5 to 9:30 p.m. Thursday through Saturday, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Let's see. Let's see. And this is Tannerine. This is located at 7523 3rd 10 p.m. Sema, West Village. Um, Located at Greenwich Avenue. Monday through Saturday, 5 to 10 p.m. Make sure y'all book your appointments to actually have a brunch over there and various locations that I just mentioned. Oxomarco, located at 128 Greenpoint Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Brunch hours is Monday through Friday, noon to 3 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Daily dinner, 5:30 to 10 p.m. Jeez, I can't do that shit though. Um, there is a bunch of All right, so let me see if there's any more. Um, ooh. All right, Delmonicos. Delmonicos, located at 56 Beaver Street, New York, New York, 10004. Lunch hours is from Monday through Friday, noon to 3 p.m. Dinner, Monday through Thursday, Monday through Thursday, 5 to 10 p.m., 5 to 10 11 p.m. Saturday, 4 to 10 p.m., 4 to 9 p.m. on Sunday. Oh gosh. This is all right. Scars Pizza, 35 Orchard Street. Sunday through Thursdays, noon to 11 p.m. Friday through Saturday, noon to 1 a.m. Oh boy. Um. All right. So what's this? Depth of Culture, located at 327 North Street Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Hours closed on Sundays. Wait, closed on Sundays, Sundays through Tuesdays. Wednesday through Saturday, 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. seatings. You can book your appointment. Let's see. There's through all these places to eat. So that way. Okay. Usher Foods. Okay. 250 located at 25503 Hillside Avenue, Queens, New York. Hours is from Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. Ooh. Friday, Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. Saturday and Sunday. And sorry about the car passing. Yes, Saturday and Sunday, 9:30 a.m. to 2:30 to 2 a.m. All right. So Bunna Cafe. Let's take a look at this. So this is located at 1084 Flushing Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Monday noon to 10 p.m. Tuesday 5 to 10 p.m. Noon to 4 p.m. and 5 to 11 p.m. Sunday noon to 4 p.m. and 5 to 10 p.m. All right. Um yeah, I'm not a sushi person, so I am not a sushi person. You know what I mean? Um all right, Taverna Kyclades, Okay, so this is basically a Greek restaurant. This is Yeah, so this is located at 36-01 Ditmars Boulevard, Astoria, Queens, Monday through Thursday, noon to 11 p.m., Friday. Um, let's see. Maya Kanji Cafe, located at 1013 Fulton Street, Brooklyn, and 563 Gates Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. All right. Um, I'm not sure where all this is coming from, but um um so yeah, website right here, www.timeout.com, and look for food and drink. It'll tell you where you can actually find some restaurants to eat, snack places and stuff. And of course, for those of you who are not from New York, you can also check the website as well. If you are from Paris, if you are from Chicago, if you are from Los Angeles, um, and any other places whatsoever, you can check out this website as well. All right, so let me see. Uh, mm, Hold on one second. Okay. Okay. All right. We're gonna go to some gaming stuff. So let's get into some gaming stuff. To it. All right, so this is the video game entertainment newsroom. We are going to get into some gaming activities involving gaming. So let's get into it right here. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. All right, here it is. Video game entertainment newsroom. All right, y'all remember Game Informer. According to Hip Hop Wired, Game Informer has been given a well deserved extra life. It's been nearly half a year since the gaming community sobbed collectively and scowled at GameStop for the sudden shutdown of the beloved Game Informer magazine. Now the gaming Bible is back, and what's even more dope is that the whole team is coming back. Game Informer editor in chief Matt Miller revealed in a letter from an editor section that Game Informer's complete resurrection was made possible after Gunzilla Games secured the rights to production and beyond. Miller also noted that Game Informer's new owners insisted on the idea of Game Informer remaining an independent editorial outlet. They felt just as strongly as our team did. Our team did that, and only path forward was with an editorial group that made 100% of the decisions around what we cover and how we do so without any influence from them or anyone else. As for Gunzilla Games, they developed and published the free to play battle royale game Off the Grid, which is now in early access. It's also the developer behind Gunz, which is described as a layer one blockchain ecosystem powering Blomkamp is also chief creator, officer, and co-founder. GI will operate under a completely new entity called Game Informer Inc., which will also see the return of the 30 years of the website's history after many thought it could have been lost following the website's abrupt shutdown. The GI team is also hitting the ground running. It will publish dozens of game reviews that were left in the chamber during the magazine's unfortunate hiatus and its best 2024 best of 2024 awards. As mentioned, the print magazine will also make its triumphant return, but GI fans will have to wait until a later date. Miller promises the magazine will be bigger and subscription benefits plus bigger and better than it was before, while expanding the range of experts and partnerships we tap to bring you those perspectives. If you are excited about this news like everyone else, you can create a new account to stay informed about the website's updates. Early sign up will also get you access to um, the Game Informer magazine archive, an exclusive weekly newsletter, dark mode, and early bird founder access. Congrats to the team, to the GI team, and welcome back. You were all truly missed. For the reactions to the good news, hit the gallery below. All right, so let's see. Let's see. All right, so even though Xbox is not doing so well in the console market this generation, don't count out the Microsoft gaming division just yet. They still have something to offer. Windows Central's Jazz Corden exclusively reports that Microsoft plans to launch the next gen Xbox console in 2027 and handheld codenamed Keenan is currently in the works for late 2025, while uh, a next gen successor for the Xbox Series X and S consoles is 2 years away. IGN reports that Microsoft has yet to comment on the report, but company executives have been dropping breadcrumbs about Xbox's plans in numerous interviews. Um, Microsoft is yet to comment on the report. However, its gaming executives have spoken publicly about both devices in vague terms across various interviews. In January, Jason Ronald, Microsoft's VP of gaming handhelds made by original equipment manufacturers, otherwise known as third party hardware manufacturers. Existing PC gaming OEMs include um, Asus, Lenovo, and Razer. Keenan does not relate to to a first party Xbox handheld, which Microsoft gaming boss Phil Spencer recently indicated is years away. As for the next gen Xbox, Windows Central said it is fully greenlit by Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella. Um, the console is reportedly a premium successor to the Xbox Series X and the console alongside Microsoft's console offering in 2027. The suggestion then is Microsoft does not plan to release a direct next gen successor to the less powerful Xbox Series S. Perhaps Microsoft expects its handheld to occupy the cheaper, less powerful console space. According to Windows Central, the next Xbox will be more like a PC and will support third-party storefronts like Steam, the Epic Game Store, and GOG backwards compatibility. A popular feature will also return. We are curious to see this handheld. There is also the other console that leaked, Brooklyn, which is still up in the air, with some wondering as it concedes this gaming generation and looks forward to the future. Wow. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. All right. I think I'm gonna hold on. Let's see. Let's see if I have anything else to talk about. I will wrap up right here, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna wrap up right here. Whatever topic I don't get to, I will try to get back to it in the next episode or two. All right. So, all right. we're gonna get into our very last segment. Okay, so I forgot all about that. Hang on one second. Mm. Okay. All right. All right. Stream choices on the go. Let's get into it right here, right now. Stream choices on the go. Let's go. All right. Make sure you follow Off the Meat Rat Chainz New York Avenue podcast on Bluesky Social alongside that's also on Bluesky Social, Facebook, Threads, and Instagram. So yes, Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast is also on there. It's also on it's also on Bluesky Social, Threads, Facebook. It's also on Instagram alongside with my entertainment review show, Meticulous Vibe Juice Podcast. I will do my best to return because I've been putting it off for quite some time because I've been shuffling around the podcast recording schedule because of the Mets games that I have to watch for my sports podcast. So I will be returning. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna return soon. G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York is also on Threads and Instagram as well. So I will gladly go over where you can listen to the podcast episodes on every streaming platform. I am going to actually go over where you can listen. So if you go to the link in bio, you're going to see a whole list of streaming platforms. You're going to see a whole list of streaming platforms, which includes Odyssey, Audible, Audio Burst, Amazon Music, Breaker, Bullhorn FM, Castbox, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Overhaul FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podbay, Podhound, Podfriend, Podhound, Podopolo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podcast Podchaser, excuse me. Spotify for creators. Make sure you comment on there as well and tell me how you feel about the topics in this episode and any other episodes whatsoever. And yes, you can also add the Spotify playlist of the podcast to your playlist on Spotify. So you can do that. TuneIn Radio, Fountain, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, the number one app where you can listen to your favorite music artists, singers, rappers, hip hop artists, um, radio stations, and of course, podcast episodes for also podcast episodes for free. Yes, you don't need a credit card or a debit card to do it. All you need to do is just subscribe to the channel. Subscribe on iHeartRadio and every streaming platform, and also do the same with my other podcast shows that's also on Spotify as well as YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the channel G Money Stacks 555 for more video uploads, more video live stream podcast recordings, leave a like and a comment along with the episodes, how you feel about the topics in today's episode, and of course, some some other ideas. How do you feel about the other ideas for using potatoes as an alternative for you to save money from buying expensive eggs? All right. This is an excellent idea. All right. So look, you don't have to use onions, okay? You don't have to use onions. Um, just keep it simple. You know what I mean? And yeah, so share the videos, tell a friend to another friend, and of course be sure to also share the Linktree link of the podcast with the links to every streaming platform, especially to every single every single person that's listening, every single person that's watching, listening, and and of course be on your P's and Q's. And of course, do your best to actually spread the word to everybody. Spread the word to everybody. And of course, be sure to also take advantage of sharing this. Be sure to also share with everybody, including your husbands, your wives, your boyfriends, girlfriends, people you're cool with from work, and also enable alerts so you don't miss out on any video uploads, including the day, date, and time, and of course, and of course, um, and of course, be be sure be sure to share the streaming platforms in the Linktree link with all the links to stream platforms in case you miss any of the episodes whatsoever. Don't worry, it's all going to be uploaded to every streaming platform whatsoever. All right. There you go, right there. There you go, right there. Um, so yes, you can listen to the episodes on every streaming platform, including YouTube. New episodes will be dropping Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on every streaming platform, including YouTube, wherever you listen, stream, and watch your podcast. All right. All right. That's going to do it for me, man. I'm your man, G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, your host with the most. Thank you very much for listening to this episode right here. And you could have chose. And I appreciate every single one of y'all, man. Remember, the grind doesn't stop. Hard work pays off. If you want something, you have to work hard and earn it. Be on your P's and Q's by finding your niche, especially if you for yourself. Be sure to be confident. Be yourself behind the microphone as you're recording episodes, and be sure to also find your niche, be confident, and be on your P's and Q's creatively, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually that get you into your zone alongside with tunnel vision. All right. All right, man. That's gonna do it, man. I hope I hope y'all enjoy yourself. I'll be back with another episode. Be safe. Take it easy. Stay liquid. Stay hydrated at all times. The weather's starting to get warm, and of course, be sure to also enjoy your Easter weekend. Happy early Easter to every single one of y'all out there, especially the five boroughs, especially the tri-state, New Jersey, Connecticut, along with the five boroughs and Long Island of New York and everywhere. And of course, like I said, man, like I said, enjoy your Easter. Enjoy your Easter. Have a good Easter. Stay safe. Good night, everybody. Happy Easter, everybody.